Hi, this is Miss Melton, and today we're going to be learning about onomatopoeia. So, here's some examples of onomatopoeia. Boom, creak, crash, pow. So let's listen to some sounds and try to spell them out. So we would say that sound is oink. Choo, choo. Comic books use onomatopoeia all the time. So as you can see, onomatopoeias are spelled as they sound. They don't need to be real words. So they are sound words. Comic books use onomatopoeias all the time. Like Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall and the king is going hee hee, that's an onomatopoeia. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Ah, whoosh, those are onomatopoeia. And when he cries, boo hoo is onomatopoeia. And splat and ugh. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Here's another onomatopoeia. You try figuring out what onomatopoeia you want to put in the dialogue boxes. One night I had a dream while I was in a deep sleep. What could we put there? Maybe zzz for sleeping. I started running and was surprised to find monsters. Ah, grrr. Ah. That made me hungry. I wanted ice cream and a whole bunch of yummy food. Yum. I woke up with a tummy ache. Ugh, ugh. Let's see if we can find some onomatopoeia in this paragraph. The door crept open. The wind started to rush in. I could feel the cold air blow across my face. Suddenly, I heard a figure walking on dead leaves in the distance. What could it be? So where could we add some onomatopoeia? Maybe after the door, we could add creak. The wind started to rush in. I could feel the cold air blow across my face. Maybe we could do some rush in air, like whoosh. Suddenly, I heard a figure walking on dead leaves. What would that sound like? Maybe a crunch? I heard a figure walking on dead leaves in the distance. Crunch, crunch. What could it be? Now let's see. We added a couple things. Let's see what else we could have done. Oh, look. We got creak. The door creaked open. Creak. The wind started to rush in. Whoosh. I could feel the cold air brr blow across my face. Suddenly I heard a figure of crunching dead leaves in the distance. What could it be? So those are some examples of where we could add onomatopoeia to make the story sound better. There's also an onomatopoeia in poems, like here. Brr, cold air slaps my face. Whoosh, wind continues to race. Whirr, leaves spun into space. Shh, gone without a trace. Here's another onomatopoeia. Drip, drop, stay inside. Drip, drop, run and hide. Splish, splash, puddles made. Splish, splash, water on parade. Now, let's see if you can answer a few of these questions. Onomatopoeias imitate the blank they are describing. Is it sound, picture, animal, or food? If you said sound, you're right. Onomatopoeias make your writing and poetry A. Plain, B. Weird, C. More interesting, D. Very boring. If you said C. More interesting, you are correct. You will also have an onomatopoeia practice sheet to try, but I did want to go through my favorite poem, Onomatopoeia Poem by Melissa Forney. The popcorn of writing world is onomatopoeia or sound effect words. It is used to recreate specific sounds or moods. These fun-to-read words can give you your stories, poems, plays, or comic strips just the right zing. Memorize the poem to help you remember the meaning of the word and to learn how to spell it. Onomatopoeia by Melissa Forney. Onomatopoeia, my what a word. It means every sound effect you have ever heard. Crash, crunch, zing, zip, meow, munch, roar, rip. Sizzle, crackle, splat, kerplunk. Bang, clank, wolf, thunk. Hiss, whiz, oink, moo, sniff, snap, cough, achoo. Dong, ding, pong, ping, bong, bing, zap, zing. I think that when you've read this list, you'll get the main idea. All these crazy sound effects are onomatopoeia. Once you learn to say that word, you kind of want to yell it. But even though you yell the word, I bet you cannot spell it. You can learn to spell this word in just a single day. Onomatopoeia. I hope you enjoyed that. And the rest of the practice is on the last 2 pages where you search for onomatopoeia words and then you make up your own. And make sure to save it or write it down because you're going to be giving some examples in a discussion later in the module. Have fun!